Blake Lively's surprising confession. Leaked footage shows Blake Lively admitting Taylor Swift helped her in It Ends With Us.
Secret footage has been released that reveals that Blake Lively was working with Taylor Swift the whole time?
She was with me on this experience the whole time.
And fans are now thinking Taylor was a lot more involved than she initially made it seem.
Taylor Swift is lying about her involvement in the whole It Ends With Us.
This is literally Justin Baldoni's movie, in which he cast himself in alongside Blake Lively.
So a newly leaked video shows Blake Lively confessing something pretty surprising about her journey throughout the making of It Ends With Us, and no.
How did Taylor get on board for this?
It's not about the movie, plot, or her character. It's about none other than Taylor Swift, who, according to Blake, was with her the whole time. Now, this isn't a light thing where you see a bestie supporting her friend, but it goes a lot deeper. The idea of Taylor Swift supporting her BFF through the entire chaotic process of making this film makes it seem pretty innocent on the surface level. But when we continue to see all of the drama of Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni unfold, this aspect starts to become more relevant to the plot. Blake Lively, who is no stranger to being in the spotlight, revealed in a video that Taylor was more involved than we originally thought. Honestly, she was with me on this experience the whole time, Blake said as she spoke about the ups and downs of making the film.
Honestly, she was with me on this experience the whole time.
The casual mention of Taylor Swift here suggests something far more than we initially believed. Now, think about it this way. With all the issues surrounding the film and suits running from Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni's side, we now wonder whether Taylor was a major factor in this whole drama. And Blake doesn't just stop there. She also explained that while Taylor was there for her, she wasn't the only person Blake relied on. There was a lot of favors and a whole lot of begging, and these for Taylor she shared before getting more into it, saying,
So there were a lot of favors and a lot of begging, and
she's a person who shows up for you and so grateful to have that love and support, but yeah, there were other people too that I had to call and beg, people said no. Saying, she's a person who shows up for you. I'm so grateful to have that love and that support, but yeah, there were other people too that I had to call and beg and people said no. The mention of begging and people that said no hints that things weren't exactly smooth sailing for Blake during the production. Like, first off, her even saying this shows she clearly was trying to push her ideas. On the other end, if Taylor is involved, would her powerful self had something to do with these no's potentially turning into yeses? Blake Lively's statement about not knowing what no means speaks volumes. Fans are quick to point out that it makes her come across as bratty, especially when she talks about the It Ends With Us movies as if she's the one who made all the sacrifices and did all the hard work. And let's not forget that $600,000 wardrobe, no budget? Yeah, right. It's no surprise that people are questioning how much of this drama is really her fault. Like, $600K is crazy, and I think Blake thinks she's still playing a role in Gossip Girl because the plot of It Ends With Us is a totally different vibe. Could Taylor sue Blake?
Blake Lively is officially done for, as her bestie Taylor Swift has had it with her using her name to intimidate people.
Now, what if Taylor Swift actually sued Blake for damaging her brand? Wouldn't that be something? Fans think that Blake might be trying to shield her guilt behind Taylor's image, hoping that their BFF status will protect her from backlash. But the truth might be that Taylor's reputation is just as at risk as Blake's. But it's a tough situation to be in because if they're really that close, would Taylor do that? The other side is, well, she's ruining her image, so she should just sit around and wait to see what happens. The thing is, Blake could really use Taylor's support, but I doubt Taylor will go down with her. Did Taylor Swift know what she was getting into? For those wondering if Taylor knew how deep she was in, it seems like even Taylor herself might not have fully grasped what she was getting into. Popcorn's Planet Andy Singer jokingly compared Taylor to a dragon, calling her a protector who stood by Blake through thick and thin. But the reality is, Taylor Swift might have thought she was just offering her friendship at this time, but it might have been a bad idea now with all this drama. As the drama surrounding It Ends With Us started to unfold, sources close to Taylor suggested she was surprised by the direction things were heading. Initially, she might not have had an issue with supporting Blake, but as things spiraled out of control, it became clear that she was involved in something far messier than she'd ever signed up for. Taylor began distancing herself. Melanie King, a commentator on the situation, shared some insight. I think she is. I mean, at the time, I don't think she was upset with her because, all this hadn't unfolded. They didn't think that this would go this far. In other words, Taylor was likely on the sidelines about how much the situation would escalate. She was just trying to be there for her friend when no one else seemed to care. But here's where it gets interesting. While Blake was leaning on Taylor, it seems that Taylor began to distance herself from the drama. As Andy Singer pointed out, Taylor is known for keeping her personal life under wraps, including her relationships and her professional work. So once the scale of the film chaos became known, she started to pull back, possibly realizing that she didn't want to risk her own brand by being too closely associated with a project that was looking messier and messier by the day. One fan made a comment on a leaked video saying, "Narcissist falls, they tend to drag their enablers down with them." Could Blake have been using Taylor's image as a shield, thinking that her association with Taylor would protect her from the fallout? Or was Taylor simply caught in the middle of a mess unknowingly? And should Taylor be at fault here? I guess where people see Taylor being in the wrong is she used her power to take control to try to help Blake get her way. Is Taylor's brand crumbling? At this point, it's hard to ignore the suspicion that Blake might have been relying too heavily on Taylor's image. Is she trying to leverage their friendship to save her own reputation? Amid all this chaos, it's possible. After all, when you're in the Hollywood drama, there's a lot at stake, and attaching your name to someone as high profile as Taylor Swift certainly doesn't hurt. Although it will be for Taylor. Ultimately, the question remains, was Taylor Swift truly aware of the involvement in this mess, or was she just trying to be the supportive friend she's always been? As things continue to unfold, one thing is clear. Taylor Swift seems to be staying as far away from the drama as possible, guarding her own image from a situation that went way out of control in ways she did not expect. We can also wonder whether Blake is dragging Taylor into this mess because of how big her name is. Maybe originally she used her name for clout, but now it can also be out of convenience to potentially save face. The issue is, she may be too far past saving at this point. I mean, take in when Blake Lively was seen at the Super Bowl with Taylor Swift, but at this time around it seems like Taylor only pulled up with Ice Spice. Fans can't help but wonder if it was due to a lack of invites or because Blake is hiding from the public. I mean, Taylor Swift might need to hide next. Did you all see how she got booed at the Super Bowl? We can only wonder if this was related to that or if people were just being haters. As we wait to see how this all unfolds, it's hard not to wonder, could this whole mess damage Taylor Swift's brand? She's been known for carefully curating her image, maintaining a sense of control over her public life, but now she's been pulled into the drama surrounding Blake Lively's comments. The ongoing feud between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, the whole drama between Blake and Justin, began as a behind-the-scenes dispute and has now escalated into a full-blown battle. Blake, who was set to star and co-produce a project with Justin's production company, blamed Justin of breaching their contract by making creative decisions without her approval and misrepresenting her role. She felt undermined, she felt pushed out of the production, leading her to take action against Justin for professional actions. Initially, many of Blake's close friends, including Taylor Swift, supported her. However, recent leaks of emails and private messages have cast doubt on her claims, and even her most loyal allies are now choosing to remain silent or distance themselves. With the trial scheduled for March 2026, the situation is becoming increasingly messy, and both Blake and Justin are facing problems. But now more than ever, it seems like Blake is getting a lot more of the heat. But wow, what a lot of chaos in the world of Hollywood, where big actors and lots of big artists are involved. What do you guys think about this? Was Taylor just trying to be a supportive friend? Did she know exactly what she was doing? Who do you think is telling the truth, and who will win in the end? Blake or Justin? Let us know who you think is in the wrong in the comments. Thanks for watching.